YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here to talk about who is the biggest threat to Washington repeating as NFC East champions again. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington football team. We're so close to 3,000 subscribers. I know we can get that in no time if you guys support. So hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's get straight into today's video. So when I'm talking about the biggest threat to Washington, before making this video, I was sitting back and I was like, Washington severely upgraded in multiple positions. I mean, you look at the wide receiver room, we got De'Ami Brown in the draft. We obviously signed Curtis Samuel, and also, you can arguably say that we upgraded the quarterback position. And you guys know how I feel about Ryan Fitzpatrick, but he was clearly better than anything we have last year. Maybe Taylor Heinicke has something to say about that, but other than Taylor Heinicke, Ryan Fitzpatrick is better than anything we had last year. And then you look at the secondary with us drafting Benjamin St-Juste, us signing William Jackson III from Cincinnati, us drafting Jamin Davis. We severely upgraded in multiple areas of the team. And I was sitting back and I was like, Washington won the division last year at 7-9. Granted, you know, Dak Prescott went down, the Giants was a mess, and we were a mess. But we still weren't 100%. We lost Matt Ioannidis in week 3. Chase Young wasn't even 100% coming into the season. He literally said that last month. He said when he sustained the injury in training camp, he was never 100%. You know what I'm saying? And dealing with the hand, what was it, his side, the hip, and then I believe he had something going with the groin. He wasn't 100%, and he still won the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. And it's just crazy to think he did all that last year while hurt. So we haven't even seen 100% of Chase Young. Then we lost Landon Collins. You guys know how I feel about Landon Collins, but he was a big contributor to this defense too, or a big key part at least, we hope. Then we lost Kelvin Harmon before the season even started. Dwayne Haskins was a mess. He was a failure. So we had a lot of things go on with Washington last year, as you know, and we still found a way to win a division, and we at least competed with the eventual Super Bowl champion. So it was a lot to take away that was positive from last year. But I was thinking before making this video, I was like, Washington did all that last year and won the division. Like I said, granted, it could be a Mickey Mouse division award last year because it's just how terrible it was, but I'll take it. We won the division last year at 7-9, and we severely upgraded. And I was sitting back and I was like, why Washington can't do it again? Why can't they go back to back for the NFC East title? Now, it's not likely because not only is Ryan Fitzpatrick a big question mark and everything lies on his shoulders, but if you look at the portfolio or history as it tends to repeat itself, a team hasn't really went back-to-back as the NFC East champion since the Eagles did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, history could be broken. You know what I'm saying? It could be a little different, but it tends to repeat itself. And it's not likely that Washington wins the NFC East again, but from a talent standpoint, I think we can. And I wanted to come on here and talk about who is the biggest threat to Washington winning the NFC East for the second straight year. You look at the New York Giants. They had a good offseason with adding a wide receiver of Kenny Golladay. They got Kadarius Toney. They got the guy from Georgia in the draft. So they had a good offseason, right? Then you look at the Dallas Cowboys, arguably one of the best offenses in the NFL. They got their guy back, that being Dak Prescott. He got his money, and they're going to be good too, right? So out of those two, I think Dallas is going to be more of a threat to Washington just because of how good that offense is. But at the same time, I can't sleep on the Giants because if everything could go right for them, which I hope it doesn't because I hope everything goes right for us and everything goes down the hole for the rest of these teams. But let's just say things go right with New York. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones takes that third-year leap, and he's actually a franchise quarterback. And then they're really good. You know what I'm saying? So I can't sleep on New York. But I do think Dallas is the biggest threat to Washington. But you guys want to know what's even more of a bigger threat to Washington winning the division for the second straight year? It's us. Everything relies on us. The biggest threat to Washington winning the NFC East for the second straight year is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the reason why I say he's the biggest threat is because everything relies on the guy. Everything relies on the guy. He is the person that's going to make or break our 2021 campaign. Everything relies on him. If we get a good Ryan Fitzpatrick, we're going to have a good season, and we're probably going to go maybe 9-8, 10-7, 11-6, maybe even 12-5 if Ryan Fitzpatrick has a good season. But if Ryan Fitzpatrick has a terrible season, we could go 6-11 or 5-12 or 4-11, and it could be terrible. It could be terrible. But like I said, if things could go well, things could be on the up. So along with Dallas and New York being a threat to Washington, because we're looked at that as the top dogs. I know we're 7-9. I know it wasn't a good division last year that we won, but we still won. We got the number one schedule, or the number one first place schedule for this up and coming year. So we're looked at as the division winners, as we should, because we won the division last year. We were the best of the worst last year, right? So people are expecting things out of us, and people are coming for our head, that being New York, that being Dallas. So along with Dallas and New York being threats to Washington, some could even say Philly, but I don't think Philly's going to be in it. But along with those two teams, Philly and Dallas, you have Ryan Fitzpatrick as the biggest threat, in my opinion, because you don't know what he's going to be. It's a difference when you're Dallas and you know with what Dak Prescott's going to be. Dak Prescott's going to be a top 10 quarterback. You already know that. But with Washington, you don't know what you're getting out of Fitzpatrick. I just wish we had a quarterback what we knew we were going to get out of him, because if that's the case, I have us winning the division. But it's such a big question mark because we don't know what we're getting out of Fitzpatrick. I would like to think that I know personally, but again, I'm no genie. I'm no person that can see into the future. But based off of recent history, I want to say Ryan's going to give us probably 5-6 good games, if that. Then he's going to get pulled for Taylor Heineke or Kyle Allen, and then we'll see what they can do. That's what history's shown for his 17 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think is going to happen in Washington. But as a lot of you think out there, it could be a little bit different because of the talent he has around him. But in my opinion, talent has never been the issue with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, even if it is the issue, along with maybe having the lack of talent in places like Buffalo and St. Louis, where he's been in recent history, it's been him. You can have all the talent in the world. You can't make the plays and you can't deliver the ball. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You can load this man up with Jerry Rice, also Randy Moss, you know what I'm saying? Sterling Sharp, whoever you want to put him on his offense, have him as the best running back, give him Barry Sanders, whatever. You can give this man the best offense ever. But if he can't deliver the ball, and I don't want to just talk solely for Ryan Fitzpatrick. This can be for any quarterback. If you have all the offensive weapons, but your quarterback can't deliver the ball, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? What does it matter? If your quarterback is going out there throwing 3 picks, 4 picks, what does it matter? Because you're not going to be good. So it solely relies on Ryan Fitzpatrick. He is the biggest threat to Washington winning the NFC East for the second straight year, because you don't know what you're going to get out of him. That's all I wanted to come on here and talk about. And I know a lot of you guys are going to agree with me, and I know a lot of you guys are going to have something to say. So I want you guys to go down below in the comment section and talk about it with me. I'll be replying to every comment. Who do you think is the biggest threat to Washington winning the NFC East for the second straight year? Like I said, of course, you have teams like New York, like Dallas, who are threats to Washington winning the NFC East for the second straight year. But it's right in your own backyard, man. In my opinion, at least. So, yeah, man. It's me, boy Juan Gotti. I just want to come on here quickly to talk about this. Let me know how you guys feel about this video down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Hell to the Washington football team. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I know we can get there in no time with you guys' support. So, hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you pop. Get you pop, get you drop, slide on the one way that get you boxed on. I ain't stopping till I get me